Hello guys and welcome back to Toucan Tarot. Thank you so much as per usual for all the love and support recently. It's so humbling that you guys watch my videos, so thank you. We've got an exciting read today all about meeting your future spouse, and we're looking at how your journey's getting there basically. So leading up to meeting them, what you're both going through, we'll look at both yourself and them until you finally come together. Yeah, exciting. Again, thank you so much for all the support. If you want to get straight to your reading, timestamps are down below. But yeah, I just wanted to take a moment to show my utter gratitude for all the love recently. I've been inundated with private readings, so thank you so much. If you're looking for a private reading, my books are open. And yeah, just feeling all the love. I'm slowly making my way to 2,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed already, do so. You know, it really is the most beautiful energy exchange. A lot of people used to send me tarot decks and all that kind of thing, but really the best, you know, energy exchange for these readings is to like the video, subscribe and leave a comment. I love hearing about where you're from. So if you feel inclined to do so, please do. So 3 beautiful cards and crystals, and we're looking and thinking about your meeting your future spouse and the journey to getting there. As always, I want you to take in 5 deep breaths. So in through the nose, out through the mouth, and which card resonates with you. We've got, first of all, the beautiful and amazing Cleopatra. We also have Josephine Baker, oh, I love her, card number 2. And then we also have Marie Antoinette, let them eat cake. I love good old Antoinette. A lot of the time I'm always asked, you know, if you are feeling a bit torn between piles or inclined to choose more than one, there may be messages in more than one for you, so do go ahead and watch both or all, depending. Wonderful. So again, we've got pile 1, Cleopatra, pile 2, Josephine Baker, and pile 3, Marie Antoinette. So should we just dive straight in? I think we should. We're going to start off with the wonderful Cleopatra. So if you chose pile 1, Cleopatra, you know, my words muddled. This is your reading. Let me pop these cards to a side for a second. And yeah, Cleopatra. So again, we're looking at meeting your future spouse. I'm just going to pop that there. Meeting your future spouse, but really the journey leading up to that. So, you know, where your feelings, where your head, who knows what's going to come. As most of you know, I tend to read through my guides mostly. So really the cards just act as a kind of a trigger. So we'll see what messages we can get through today for you. I love doing readings like this. They're always so exciting and something really great to look forward to. So I hope you enjoy. So right now, I'm going to give these another shuffle. I want you to really, again, take a deep breath and think about your future spouse. Channel those energies, and we'll see what the cards have in stock for us. Let's go for it. I'm going to be using the Lunar Soul, and I'm going to be reading upright today. And let's see what is on the cards. So we have the Sun. Oh, I love the Sun. We have the 8 of Discs. So this is channeling your energy right now. And we have the 4 of Wands. And we have the 9 of Cups. What beautiful energy, pile 1. We'll get stuck in, of course, in a moment. And let's have a little bit look at their energy. We've got the 9 of Wands. We've got the Queen of Swords. Fierce. We have Queen of Cups. A lot of Queens coming up here. And we have the 5 of Discs. I'm also, straight off the bat, going to pull some Moonology cards. We're going to pull more as we go along, but just to get us started, let's have a look. And we have New Moon in Leo. And we have the Gibbous Moon. You're very close to achieving your goal, and confidence is your key to success. So, without hesitation, let's just get straight stuck in. So as mentioned, there's so much beautiful energy. So we're going to look at your energy coming towards meeting your future spouse, so the journey towards that, and then we'll look at theirs down below. In regards to yours, oh, I'm so happy for you. My goodness, you're like on cloud nine. Definitely my guide's coming through here saying, you know, what a journey it really has been for you. But I can tell you in the months leading up to meeting your future spouse, and definitely getting the feeling that you're starting to feel this way already, if not there already. You know, things are bright. We start off with a beautiful sun card, you know, pure joy, freedom, vulnerability, and just abundance in every single way. So you really are, you know, they that saying that, you know, we must be complete before we find somebody else. There's half truths in that, because it essentially, of course, you know, to be, when we're happy, we exude that energy. So therefore, of course, we attract others. But at the same time, we never stop evolving. So we're never fully complete, never ever stop evolving. Much like the major arcana starts with the Fool, ends with the World, and that cycle is ever ongoing. As soon as it finishes, it starts again with a whole new set of lessons, stories, feelings, connections, etc. But yeah, the point leading up to meeting your future spouse, pile one, Cleopatra, you're beaming. You really feel like I almost want to say, highly ascended state of innocence. You know, you've come such a way, and we're talking about on the emotional, the soul, and the mind, but really in a spiritual sense as well, which is deep down in your soul and of being. You know, you've just got to that stage where you're happy in yourself, which is so lovely and so awesome. Well done, pile one. We see here, of course, we've got the 8 of Dis, and diligently working away, hard work. Yeah, just again, self-satisfaction. You see this dude here, and he's carving away, proudly showing off all the works before. And, you know, exactly that. My guide is saying that, you know, because of the journey, oh, I just got shivers then. You know, you really have been through the journey. In order to get to these places, it takes a lot of upheaval that comes before. And you certainly have had that, pile one. But it's been worth it. You know, your hard work is paying off. And there is such a huge self-satisfaction within you that's just beautiful. And we then go on to the 4 of Wands, which again, coming together, you know, when you're at peace with yourself, pile one. Again, we spoke about a moment ago that energy just exudes out of you and attracts everybody around you. It really is. Oh, this is the most beautiful spread up here. It really is. You're just like a magnet for joy and gratitude and abundance of love and giving and everything that's good. You really are. I'm getting a bit emotional because, again, it has, my guide is saying it really has been a journey, and this is so well deserved, this state of being. You know, really leading up to meeting your spouse, you find yourself in a position where you don't need anyone else to complete you. You're feeling that wholeness already, and then of course it happens, you meet. But yeah, just utter absolute joy, surrender to thine own self, and just love, pure love. We've got the 9 of Cups as well, and you know that the main thing behind this card is emotional self-fulfillment, which we've just spoke about, which is just again an utter joy, utter joy. I'm just so filled with love right now. It is just an absolute joy to see. And again, at the point where you meet your partner, you already feel whole. You really do. You know, the number 4, it's a stability. There's a security about it. And yeah, that's exactly how you're going to be feeling. Secure, stable, in control. And my guide's saying that word control is a big one for you. It's not something you've felt over, you know, past years, and it's all coming together for you. And, you know, I'm definitely getting the feeling that it's going to be overwhelming as well, in a joyous sense. Everything's joy. But it really is, because it's so deserved, and getting to this place in your life, it was not easy. So you really do deserve every second of it. Again, the majority of you will be coming into this kind of space and feeling now, or certainly at the start, of really feeling like, I've arrived, I'm back again, you know, I'm starting to feel full, is the thing that's coming through. I'm coming home. Also great leadership as well, you know, when we are truly happy in ourselves, and I don't just mean with work, although that too, but in ourselves, then the advice that's given out is wonderful because it comes from your heart. So I'm definitely feeling that people will be seeing you as, you know, very much a leader, but not a leader in force or a leader in a raw way, a leader of the heart. It's just pure joy, guys, pure joy. We see here the new moon in Leo, which was picked for you as well. It really is a new moon in Leo. Confidence is the key to your success, and that confidence you are going to be holding in, you know, bucket loads. So when you do meet your spouse, the biggest, I can just see now, it's almost like they are blown away, you know, absolutely blown away. Like literally, I'm seeing somebody falling backwards, but with pure love light. Like literally, it's like a wind of light that just vroom, absolutely sweeps them over. You know, when you meet people and they just radiate such good vibes, this is going to be you. I'm literally seeing an aura around you of just rainbow of every kind of colour, just radiating joy, warmth, love, happiness. And I'm so excited for you. So that's very much where your space is going to be. Moving on to theirs, equally for them, you know, they've got, very much so been on a journey, but they're on a bit of a different journey leading up to this. I'm getting very much on the work front with them, or business, or whatever it is that they do for, you know, financial gain. They're in the midst of a battle. We've got the two queens here, so we're showing that true fierce, you know, force, and also the number 9, which you have up here in the cups, with love and that self-fulfillment. They have it in the wands, real fire energy coming through here. It's a power of self almost, you know. You see this person, it's not necessarily that they're defending or they're about to be on the attack. They're ready to go. Big focus on, again, their business or whatever it is they're doing, and they are winning in that scenario. But the months leading up to meeting you, they are just on fire when it comes to, you know, business and so forth. And it's like they're almost setting their stones, building their empire, ready for you to enter. And that is absolutely working for them. And, you know, it's going exactly to plan, exactly how they want it to go. We've got, again, the two queen energies. And Queen energy is such a powerful energy, you know. We've got the Queen of Cups over here and the Queen of Swords. Let's start with the Queen of Swords. You know, she's highly focused. Again, we mentioned about this project and building of an empire, literally an empire. And there's just such extreme focus going on here with them. And very logical focus as well. I mean, with the Queen of Swords, you know, she's all about the mind, all about focus, very measured, evolving intellect, you know. They're so, I almost want to say tunnel vision focus on what it is that they're doing. And they're so, the word, looking at my guides now, the words are their will to succeed. They have such a will to succeed that it is on fire. And I mean, I literally mean, vroom, laser sharp. But the biggest key thing to this is that they're forever evolving. So this isn't someone that's on the start of that journey. They're reaching the end, you know, they're reaching that finish line. They've been going, and, you know, much like yourself, we spoke about years before, all the hurdles that we climb over and the you know, toughness that they've been through and hard times. And there has been plentiful for this. I say this chap or lady, whichever, you know, resonates with you, but they've been plentiful of struggles in their past. And whereas you're coming together in your soul, these guys over here, your future spouse, they're coming together in the mind, but with a real maturity behind it. You know, lessons have been learned, and they're still learning lessons. And that's what I love about this spouse, guys, is they're still learning lessons. They're still, as days go on, you know, even though they're quite evolved in their status and in their work and what it is they're doing, we're definitely seeing leaders here. They're forever evolving with that as well. We've also got the Queen of Cups, again, that same fierce, evolving leadership energy coming through. But with the Queen of Cups, you know, we're talking more about on the emotional side of things. They're very intact with their emotions. With the Queen, we see an evolved emotional Queen. Obviously, if it had been the Page or the Knight, you know, they're getting there. But this person's arrived in that sense as well, or they're certainly evolving at a very high state of emotion. So really happy to tell you, you know, by the time you meet this person, I want to meet this person, they're just going to be super evolved, not only in their life and have, you know, their shit together, so to speak, where as far as home, work, life, they're really coming together, much like yourself as a whole, you know. You're ascended in a different way than them, as mentioned. Yours is more spiritual and soul and inward. Theirs are too. Again, with the you know, the cups, the Queen of Cups, we see huge independence and very intuitive as well. They're very intuitive. So when they meet you, one of the things my guys are saying now as well, they know from the offset that you're the one for them. You know, and they love, remember we said earlier that when you do meet them, you're almost going to blow them away with this just immense wall and air of energy that's going to be so intense that it literally, boom, you know, they're feeling a whole body situation vibe going on here. And they're going to know instantly. They're very intuitive. They're going to know that you're the one for them. So romantic, so amazing. But yeah, very, very independent person, filled with ambition, and that's going to be their journey leading up. They're just, again, on this hugely ambitious journey and they're conquering it. They are winning in that sense. We've got the Five of Discs here as well, and certainly on this journey with them, there's definitely a feeling of aloneness. You know, they can't wait for you to come along. They are complete and they're doing it all on their own, and they don't necessarily help me doing it, but just that support, you know, that a spouse brings to you, they're really craving. They have been craving for some time, definitely in the months leading up to meeting you. And they can't wait to meet you. They feel that heavy that, you know, at the moment, the way they see things is that, you know, I'm a lone wolf right now, and I'm a warrior. But imagine with my partner next to me, the world is my oyster. So they're very much, you know, more so than you, as I said, for you the feeling is very much that you feel complete already, and them coming in is just a cherry, a very beautiful, amazing, big cherry on the cake. But for them it really is, you know, the key to just the next level of amazingness that's to come in their life. We've got here as well, you're very close to achieving your goal. And they do feel that, as I said, they're waiting for you to come in, and we've got that gibbous moon there. But yeah, much like the same as the Five of Discs. You chase Cleopatra. When you are conquered, consider who wins. A queen must, oh, is that in focus? There we go. A queen must lead while a wife might follow, but both are diplomats. Be immortal, not defeated. You know, the Queen of Cleopatra, what a strong, independent lady. And this is the great thing about both of you. You know, you're both leaders in your aspects. Them coming more from the, you know, grounding and the business and the laying foundation side of things, and you coming from pure heart, emotional intelligence. Again, they have that in abundance too, of course, but this together is such a powerful, amazing combo. I could literally cry for you. I'm going to pull out a message before we leave, because this is just a short YouTube reading, which I hope you've enjoyed. But I'm going to pull out a very short message now. If they could sell you anything right now, before you've met today, as you're watching this video, your future spouse, the one that's meant for you, what would it be? What's the advice that they'd like to give you, or a message that they would like to give you? And let's see what comes up here. Moderation. Is there something you know you shouldn't be eating? Try to eat mindfully and healthy, although the fairies say that a little bit of what you fancy is fine. This is just, again, you know, more in the figurative way of watch what you eat. That's not the message. It's more of a sense of fill yourself with goodness. You know, indulge in what it is that tickles your fancy and fill yourself with goodness. That's going to be a strong thing through the relationship as well, is that the connection between you, is that there's going to be a real, you know, they're going to be very much a motivator of yours and help you strive. You know, they're absolutely a champion in your corner, and they just want to remind you of that. Guys, this has been a lovely reading. I hope you've enjoyed. And of course, if there's anything in this reading you want to know a little bit more about, or I haven't quite hit on something that you were wondering, feel free to hit me up in my private readings. Again, thank you so much. Let me know your thoughts below. And also, I want to know where you're from. So let me know where you're from in the world in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Hugely appreciated, and the best energy exchange. And you're so full of love and light. I love it. Sending all the love and light out to you, and I will see you soon. Peace out, guys. Bye. Guys, nearly knocked it all over then. Pile number 2, Josephine Baker. If you chose the awesome, vivacious, full of life Josephine Baker, this reading is for you. I'm going to pop her up there for a second. I'm going to pop these aside. Thank you for choosing me to read for you guys. Welcome to the reading. I love doing readings like this. Of course, today we're talking about your future spouse, but a bit more specific. We're looking at your journey leading up to meeting. So, and both of you, not just you, but we're going to really tap into both energies and what is happening in the lead up to you both meeting from both ends. I love readings like this because not only does it give us a bit of insight, but they're just really feel-good readings. Hopefully, anyway, we'll see what messages come through. As most of you know that have watched my videos before, just going to give these a shuffle while I'm talking. I mainly read through my guides, so really the cards just act as, you know, a bit of a trigger. So we'll see what messages come through today. I am using the Lunar Soul, and we are going to be reading upright. So let's get straight in. So first of all, we're going to look at your energies. I love it. Strength. 6 of Swords. Page of Swords. And the Emperor. Okay, quite raw vibes going on there from you. And we've got the Empress for them. 5 of Swords. Ace of Cups. And the Queen of Cups. Loving this. I'm also feeling, let me pop these over here. I'm going to pull out a few more cards as we go along, of course. But I'm feeling that I need to pull some Moonologies to give us a bit of a base for energies on both sides. And then, yeah, we'll just get stuck in. We've got the full moon eclipse for yourself. And we've got the full moon in Cancer for them. There's lots of emotions going on at their end. But let's just get stuck in, and we'll see where it takes us. Guys, pile 2, Josephine Baker. It feels like you've been on a real journey, and certainly coming up in, you know, the months leading up to meeting your spouse, or going further back, shall we say. It's been a real journey for you. You know, there's been a lot of upheaval, my guides are saying, a lot of rocky roads, but you really are starting to come through that. We see here we've got the Strength card and the 6 of Swords, and this 6 of Swords is the perfect way to describe it, in fact. You see this beautiful lady tiptoeing across these swords, and behind her she's coming from a rocky, I don't know if you can see that properly, a rocky dark place, but look where she's leading, to a beautiful, there's grass over here, there's flowers sprouting, you know, you're walking towards calm from the rough time that really has come below. I feel like I need to give you a huge hug. I feel that relationships that have come before this, you've had no voice almost, you've lost your voice, and you're finally coming out of the back end of that. So this is something that, yeah, a past love that's had deep hurt, you know, a lot of hurt, and again, the feeling that you've just never been able to fully articulate it outwards to past loves and also to yourself. But there's a real strength coming together. I mean, this is just true divinity. I love this strength card. And this is, again, the perfect way. I mean, firstly, we notice the balance up here with the beautiful moon and the sun. But notice, and I say this all the time with this card because it's so important to understand the kind of strength we're talking about. This isn't a raw strength, you know, she's not tamed this lion by fear or force or rawness. She's tamed him by love and a true divine. You see up here, we've got the beautiful infinity. A true divine balance, self-love, caring, and you know, it's as if you finally got your raw back. You finally got your inner power back after what's come before, and you'll start to feel this more and more and more leading up to meeting your spouse. And I'm so happy for you. But most importantly, you are, you know, coming away from that rockiness into calm, and by the time you meet your spouse there will be a lot of calm there. That there's still definitely with you, obviously because of the times that came before, you know, the kind of cycle in your scenario anyway seems to be that, you know, you did lose your voice, you weren't able to express, is what's coming through here, what you really felt and meant. I'm getting the vibe of perhaps a controlling relationship that came before. And because of that, you know, you are finding your voice again, and there's a definite, you know, there's that inner strength for sure, but there is a definite sharpness and rawness. I mean, we see here with the Page of Swords, who again is communication, learning to communicate, clear communication as well, and most importantly, not just communication, but they're allowing a mature communication and conversation to occur. And my guide's saying, you know, this isn't just outwards, that you're finally able to express how you feel outwards, but in your mind, you know, you're finally able, the sword's all about the mind, guys, and you're finally able to articulate it to yourself at exactly what's happened and really how you feel, not how you've been told to feel or how you've been expected to feel, but how you truly are feeling, which is a lovely thing. We've also got the Emperor coming up behind there, and what do we know about the Emperor? The Emperor's pretty raw and out there, isn't he? And you know, certainly after everything that you've been through, it's actually the kind of energy that you need. It's that energy of being back in control again, of what's, you know, come before, back in control of you, your emotions, your heart, your mind, your every being. Oh, I want to like cheer for you and do a little sidekick, because it's like, you're back, baby, you're back. And I'm so happy. At the same time, I want to give you massive cuddles, because again, you know, it's not just a little bit of a struggle you've been through, you really have been through the mill, but there's a real power drawing up in you over the months of meeting your partner, of again, control, articulation of thoughts and mind and body, and just real, you know, drive and power, but very much focused on your own mind. It's as if you've captured your mind back, and it's beautiful to see. And we've got here, conclusions are within reach, full moon eclipse. You know, you're coming to the end of that cycle, and certainly in the months leading up to meeting your spouse, you're healing, and that whole cycle is coming to a full moon, ready for the next beautiful cycle to begin. So really powerful energies coming through here. We've got Josephine Baker up the top here, who states, you only need a bunch of bananas to make an impression. It's not about beauty, it's about luck and who loves you. Dance your way into immortal love. You really do deserve it, and that right there, it's not about beauty, it's about luck, and this bit, who loves you. It's so important. My guide's saying, you know, the biggest lesson that you're going to have learned and be learning through this stage about past is that those around you, and how important it is to have good people around you when it comes to friends, family, and certainly people that you let close into your heart, because they can be poisonous, and that's certainly where you've come from. And again, it's who loves you, and I'm so happy to say that your future spouse, oh, they're aching for you. I mean, there's so much emotion, you know, with you. Your journey leading up to meeting them is very much a journey of, you know, claiming your mind, your body, and your soul back. and really your strength and your power and your control and power are the biggest things that you're gaining back. They are full of emotion. So full of emotion. We've got the Empress, the Five of Swords, the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Cups. They are just so dying to, in the whole months leading up to meeting you, they're so ready for it. They've been through a hell of a journey. We've got the Empress and the Five of Swords. If you look at the Five of Swords here, and this great battle, that has come before, and there is victory. You see, this warrior wielding their sword up to the skies in victory, but it's come at a cost, of everything that's around. And we're definitely feeling this person, different struggles to you in the past. They've lost a lot. More so of where they've been trying to get to. It's been a real tough, almost like, you have to be a certain way to succeed. And that's always been their drive, but they're really learning that, the consequences along the way may not have been worth it. So their inner self and inner mind is really on a learning curve leading up to meeting you about the best way to succeed, more than anything, they're crying out for love. They're crying out for that soulmate, that partner in crime and life, so that this new chapter, again, we've got the full moon in Cancer for them, leading up, you're both coming to the end of each cycle and you're so bursting to start the next one. A personal issue reaches resolution, by the time that's the full moon in Cancer. And notice all the, we've got the Empress, cups. This is all, they're so full of emotions and energy. They've really, again, this whole cycle that they've been on, it's been a huge learning spurt for them and learning curve. But they are evolving out of that. You see with the Queen of Cups, we see someone super mature and in touch with their feelings and emotions and their heart and what it is that they truly want moving forward. What they want is you. We see the Ace of Cups. They are burning. And I literally say burning because that's how the feeling I'm getting to meet you and to start this love connection. They are so ready for it. When I say so ready for it, kids, family, the whole shebang. We see the Empress here, they are yearning to start a family, to start giving, the life giver. And they really, it's almost like they're going to bed at night thinking about you and the future family you can create together. Whether or not you want children in this situation, they definitely do. and certainly if you're not the kind of person that will want to start a family, there's something about this person, the vibes that are coming off, that you're going to be a mind change on that. And even if you're sitting there thinking, oh hell no, that is not what I want, my guys are laughing because it's like, sweetheart, you just wait and see, you are going to want this. It's not going to be that you're pressured, you're going to want it. But they are so ready for you. There's just so much emotion going on within them. But again, so they're going through this real evolving state to get to you. I'm feeling really inclined to pull out a couple of self-care. And this is directed at you because, of course, you're the one watching this reading. So just a bit of advice to, again, help you on this journey leading up to meeting your spouse, and things that, your guides would love to say to you right now, and your spirit that surrounds you needs you to hear. But guys, this is lovely. When you do meet, romance, the romantic aspect of this is huge. They are so tapped into their emotional, certainly will be by the time you meet them, their emotional, their emotions. They're really mature when it comes to their emotions, so loving and really romantic that they are literally going to sweep you off your feet. And we didn't get the emotion side of you. It's all about rebuilding. Again, this is leading up to you meeting. You're putting yourself back together. So when you do meet them, the emotion that they bring into it is just going to, I'm seeing a spark that's just going to light you up. You're already going to feel, a whole, that feeling by the time you meet them, that rawness, you're back, you're in control, but they're just, the love that they're going to add to that. Oh, I'm feeling so lovely. I'm so excited for you, pile 2. Josephine Baker. We've got feelings. And we've also got rebel, or rebel rather. Feelings. Healing begins with feelings. Be gentle with yourself and tender with your heart. Just what a great message, especially after we spoke about the journey, you know, and if you're at the start of that journey now of putting yourself back together, this is, you know, heed this. Say it to yourself every morning. Healing begins with feelings. Be gentle with yourself and tender with your heart. My guides are saying that you're going to be really inclined to be really hard on yourself because of what's come before and because you lost yourself slightly. But, you know, my guide's saying, oh, I really wish I could give you a big hug right now. Everything the universe throws at you, you can deal with. It all happens for a reason. And you just need to be reminded of that all these things are meant to be as they're meant to be. So there's no point in being hard on yourself. It's learning and evolving, which again, if you've not started on that journey, you are about to, my love. You are about to. So be gentle with your heart and tender with your feelings. Rebel, it's time to celebrate the fact that you don't fit in. Stand on your own 2 feet. Yes, that's exactly the energy that you're giving off in abundance. Oh, I'm so excited for you. Guys, of course, this was just a very short YouTube reading about where, you know, the angles you're both going to be coming from leading up to your ultimate connection. If there's anything that I missed or anything you'd like to go into a bit more detail with, I can't tell you enough how much I'm sending love to you guys, because again, you know, I really feel like it really has been a rocky road, but you are on the way up. But if there's anything you want to go a bit more into detail with, I have just opened up my private readings. So if I've missed anything, hit me up down below. All the details are on my website and in the links down below. But yeah, I'm sending you so much love. I always do a meditation after my readings, and I'm going to be sending so much Reiki love and light your way, so expect to feel that in abundance shortly. And guys, smile. My guide is saying he wants you to do it right now. You're watching this video, smile, even if it's forced. Put a big fat smile on your face. This is, you know, when you smile, you can't help but just feel, even if it's the littlest niggle of happiness, you need to smile more. You've got lots to look forward to. Love and light to you. I really hope you've enjoyed this reading, and I shall see you soon. Don't forget to comment below. I'd love to know your thoughts. Like and subscribe. It's just the most beautiful energy exchange. And I will see you soon. Take care, guys. Bye. Pile number 3. If you chose Marie Antoinette, this is your reading. Let me pop these aside. Oh, how exciting. Future spouse, guys. I love these readings because not only do they give off beautiful energy and certainly insight, but today's a little bit more focused. Today we're looking at, you know, the journey it takes you to get to your future spouse, but not just you. We're going to be looking at their energies as well. So let's get straight stuck in, shall we? While I'm shuffling these, just to remind you, those of you will know that have watched my readings before, but I mainly read through my guide, so we're hoping to get a lot of messages through today. Really, the cards just act as a small trigger. I have given these a good shuffle already, but yeah, let's get stuck in. I'm going to be reading Upright, and we're going to be using Lunar Soul and a couple of other oracle cards as well. But exciting stuff. The journey to one another, really. Again, what is life going to be like for both of you, and the energies leading up to meeting each other? First of all, we're going to start with you. Let's pull out some cards here. We've got the Ace of Wands. Exciting. 10 of Wands. All the ones, guys. 6 of Swords. Oh, that's like a list there. The 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords. And the Empress. Lovely vibes, guys. And for them, we've got the Hanged Man. We have the Fool. Interesting. We have the Page of Swords. And we have the 8 of Discs. And I'm feeling, let's pull a couple of Moonology cards just to get the energies, underlining base energies for both of you here. So I'm going to pull one for you and one for them. So for yourself, we have full moon in Capricorn, the end of a tough cycle approaches. And for them, we have the waning moon. What do you need to release? So without hesitation, let's just get stuck straight in. I'm going to pull another couple of cards shortly as well. But yeah, let's just go for it, shall we? So with you, it's like the start of creation. I love this card, the Ace of Wands, beginning of creation. It's going to be this is the months leading up to you meeting. So for you, it's, you know, you've definitely had struggles before. We see that with the Ten of Wands here, you know, there's almost like an entrapment feeling. But you're coming out of that. You are literally, we see that spark of life, of new beginning with the Ace of Wands. And it's just about peeling these, you know, sticks away to free yourself. And then again with the Six of Swords, you know, you're stepping away. And there's a few similarities between yourself and I think it was pile one. You know, you're stepping away from these rocky tides, and then if you notice on this side there's beautiful flowers sprouting, so you're really stepping back into calm. So for you it's very much new beginnings and calmness, and you are so ready. We finish here, we've got the Empress, you know, truly divine feminine, purity, wish, creator, and much like over here with the Ace of Wands, you know, you really are, after much struggle and so forth, it really is ready, you know, for a new cycle, for a new life to begin. Others will be seeing you at that stage as, you know, the bringer of life. You know, it's almost, again, this real purity about you after everything. It's like you're stripping back the layers, stripping back the sticks that you find yourself encaved in. Definitely the biggest thing that's coming through here is this. My guide is saying that, you know, this is very much your mind, though. It's like you've been entrapped in your own mind. And that's the struggle and the release that you will go through leading up to meeting your spouse. And my guide is saying, you know, guys, we are our own worst enemies. What we think is so vital for everything, our energy, what comes after, what comes now. Remember, whatever you put out into the universe, my guide is saying, is what you will receive. So you need to be really careful about what thoughts you're putting out there. My guide is saying, imagine, and it sounds cliche, but you need to, this needs to be drilled into you, pile 3, that imagine if you spoke to your friend the way, your very best friend, the way you speak to yourself in your own mind, or the worries you have. Imagine putting all that worry onto your best friend, saying, oh, but what about this, but what about that, but oh, that's not going to happen. You would never do that to them, or someone you cared about, so you need to stop doing it to yourself. You know, you really have tangled yourself up in this entrapment. But again, you're stepping over the months leading up to meeting your spouse. You're stepping away from that. You're coming into this real calm energy. And again, this beautiful, divine, feminine energy. And you're so ripe and ready to meet your future spouse leading up to it that, you know, when they first meet you, you're going to be glowing. But glowing with family and love and everything that you can offer this person. And that's the first thing that they're going to see about you is, wow, here they are, here she is, or he, whichever relates, and this is what I've been waiting for. A real beautiful moment. Moving on to their energies down here, we've got the Hanged One here. There's been a big wake-up call for this person. You know, whatever has come before have been quite big life events. Big life events mixed also with just wandering around aimlessly. There's been a lot of aimless kind of wandering with them. And it's like they've finally woke up. Does that make sense? They finally woke up, they're finally on the start. We see that with the Hanged Man. And this, and you know, my guide is saying, you know, it's them waking up. It's that, you know, it's the Hippo perspective, right? They're finally, things have come clear. Things have kind of, it's literally as if things have finally become clear to them, what they want. They finally know what it is they want, and they're ready to start on that journey. We see that here with the Fool. And the Fool is, you know, again, it's almost like your Ace of Wands. It's the start. It's the start of life and creation. But there's a real beautiful naivety about it. You know, they're not, a bit like you're sometimes can think the worst of situations. They've shedded that like a snake. And they're ready to look at the world with brand new, beautiful, big eyes. This is a much needed wake-up call for them. Again, they've very much been aimlessly kind of walking through their life, not really knowing what they want, where they should go, and it's left them in a bit of no man's land is what's coming through. So it really is a great wake up call and journey for them, leading up to the months where they finally do meet you. We see the Page of Swords here, you know, they're finally, obviously they're there, but they're finally be able to communicate to themselves what it is that they want, what it is that they're after, and that is you. They're after love and a future and security. They finally know what they want. They really do, and they're so ready and roaring towards that. But things become very clear in their mind. Again, a huge wake-up call. You see with the Eight of Discs here, you know, they're working very diligently on their beautiful arts. It's taken them a long time to come here, and leading up to meeting you, you know, that's what they're focused on. Much like we're saying to you, be careful what you put in your mind and what you ask the universe for, because you're going to get that. They know this, you know, they're finally able to ask, as we mentioned, what it is they're after. And they're so very focused on that and making for finally in their life, because again, they've been quite the nomad, aimless wanderer up until, you know, the year before they meet you, where they've finally got their shit together and everything's clicked into place, what they want, how they want to be, what they want to do with life, what kind of spouse they want, what kind of, that they even want a spouse, that they want that, they do, finally. But they're finally making decisions for themselves, and they're working tirelessly and proudly. You know, it's like they know what they want, and they're letting everybody know about it. They're very clear about what they want. And definitely when you meet each other, that's going to be really crystal clear as well. You know, there's not going to be any kind of player vibe in the, you know, in the early days. And I have to admit, I love a bit of this. Equally, it's nice to have someone just say, boom, I'm here for you. You know, I want you, and be very straightforward. That's what you're going to get here, rather than those games of, you know, it's like when the boy kicks the girl in the playground and everyone says, oh, but it's because he likes you, really. You know, they kind of play those games. And that's not what you're going to see here. This person is now very in tune with exactly what they want, and they are not afraid to let you know it. So there's definitely going to be, it's going to be quite quick, because of how they present themselves and how they lay all their cards on the table. When you finally do meet, boom, you are off. What do you need to release? For them, it's the release of, and this is their energy obviously here, it really is the release of this no man's land. You know, and they're finally going to be understanding what they need to let go of and what they need to work towards, and there is a deep understanding of that. Again, a huge wake-up call. You know, huge waking up and new perspectives all around. We have to say, you know, for you up here, the end of a tough cycle approaches, and they're very much on this new cycle, and you'll meet them during this new cycle, which is glorious. You're finishing this cycle in the lead up to meeting them, and again, by the time you do meet them, you're like this wonderful Empress, I'm ready, take me now kind of vibe, and it's beautiful to see. Oh, this is exciting. I'm going to pull out a couple of care cards for you, and advice right now for you. So what advice have we got from Spirit and from the universe to you that will help you right now? You're going to be entering this energy soon, but again, my guide is reminding me to tell you that, you know, you're your own worst enemy in your mind. And the minute, which you will start doing, you're going to get there. Don't worry if you've not started already, or you may be on that journey. But you finally need to realise that, you know, you need to untrap yourself from your own thoughts. Because the future is rosy. The future is rosy. We have surprise and we have focus. So your first bit of advice, release your expectations and be open to surprise. Yes, release it all. You know, release all those thoughts. My guide's saying now, you know, it's set in stone for you. You're going to meet this beautiful being that's just going to be so ready for you and tell you exactly what they want. No rubbish, no nipping around the bush. Boom, they're going to be there. Here I am. So you need to release not only your expectations, but your worries surrounding that as well. Huge release. And also we've got focus. If you focus, it's exactly what we've been saying. If you focus on what you don't want, there's a good chance you might get it. Focus on what you do want instead. And again, this is something my guide's saying now. They want you to write this down, pause this video and write this down. And you need to say this to yourself every morning, every single morning, whether it's while you're brushing your teeth, while you're having a wee, whatever it is you're doing, while you're making your bowl of breakfast or your toast or whatever it is you do in the morning, you need to start saying this until it's so ingrained that you start to replace those negative thoughts with positive, because that is really your worst thing right now. Be dessert, not the entree. Good old Marie Antoinette. No man is worth losing your head over. See all, hear all, love all, forget all. Again, Marie Antoinette just owned herself in, you know, the not worrying and knowing what she's worth. So you just need to release all that stress, because believe me, they know your worth when they see it, and they tell you just so. Again, there's no mincing of words or mocking around here. They are totally here for you, with you. Oh, guys, this is such beautiful energy. I'm so excited. But yes, release everything in your mind. And remember, if you focus on what you don't want, there's a good chance that you might get it. Focus on what you do want instead. That is your mantra for the next months. Always, always. Guys, I really hope you've enjoyed this reading. Of course, it's just a small reading for YouTube. If there's anything I've missed on in here, or you want to go into anything in a bit more detail, you know, I've opened my private readings. Click below and we can do a one-to-one. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe. It's the perfect energy exchange, and I need to get onto that. 2,000 is my next target for subscribers, so it would be wonderful and a joy if you'd help me get there. And please comment below. I love hearing back from you, whether it be where you're from, what your thoughts are. Let me know. Sending so much love and light out to you, and I'll see you soon. Take care, guys.